Oh, hi you guys, and welcome to today's stream. We are going to be running a module that I very recently prepared. First of all, my things. We're totally prepared here. No one is rushing in for anything. Here are my social links. You can find my Twitter, my Discord, and my YouTube, all of which are very active. DM me for a space in one of our one-shots and we'll get you a game. Discord is a wonderful, inclusive, family-feel community. Not society, community, where people will talk to you about D&D if you want to talk about D&D, and they'll talk to you about other stuff if you want to talk about other stuff. What else we got? We've got a Patreon, as we are now full-time, so if you'd like to support us in this venture, you can do so on Patreon. Thank you very much to Justin Faulkner, who pledged £10 via Patreon during our last stream just an hour ago. And we also have merch, where you can find books like this one, which I did today's prep in. It's the perfect size for a 3-hour one-shot. We also have a competition running at the moment for some rainbow-coloured dice. I don't do them much justice, though, holding them up to the camera. Go and check out the tweet, because Alice's picture makes them look beautiful, and I will ship them anywhere in the world. We also have a tweet live at the moment. If you guys would like to affect the story, every 10 retweets, we will gain the characters a wild magic surge. That's enough jabbering from me, though. Let's go around with everyone here and introduce ourselves. So, first of all, hi guys, I'm Scraticus. You can use any pronouns for me you like. I'm excited to be DMing for you all today. We'll go clockwise around the screen. So we'll start with Skyra. Oh, hi, Skyra.
Hi guys, I'm Skyra Moss. Pronouns are she, her. You can find me on Twitter at Skyra Moss. Frequently streaming here on Scraticus Academy, on Phantom Roll Booth, sometimes on Monty Cook Games.
Yeah. And who will you be playing today?
So I'm going to be playing a very bookish wizard named Melody. Straight from wizard school.
Awesome. Perfect. Next, as we go clockwise around the screen, we have at Deception Check. Oh, hi, Frank.
Hello. I'm Deception Check on the Twits and Twitters, and I'm playing Avitus Gaius Aurelius, or Abby for short. You can use any pronouns you want for me. I'm fine with that. And yeah, I'm excited to play. Avitus is an old cleric, fresh out of the temple for the first time, and it's going to be fun.
Oh, sorry guys as well. Both you and Skyra. What? We've had your pronouns. What about your character's pronouns?
My character's pronouns are also she, her.
Perfect.
Same.
Not she, her, you mean anything's fine. Yeah. So, next around the clock, we have DM Lynch. Oh, hi, Dan.
Hey, y'all. I'm Dan. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her. So either one works for me. I'll be playing Quinn, also known as half-elf, runs away from home to get into trouble and makes a pact with an archfey to be the feyest thing in the world. I'm a warlock.
Just out of interest, did you say you was a fae?
Yes.
Oh, good. No relevance. Lastly, we have Deirdre Dunlon. Welcome back, Deirdre.
Hello, thank you. I'm Deirdre. You can find me on here playing with Scraticus. You can also find me hanging out in the Twitch chat frequently as Praxagora Thesmiophoria, or on the Discord that way. And I have decided that we're going to be encountering the eldest of the Toss Bottle cousins, Miss Elowyn Toss Bottle, and she is a scrappy young lady of a halfling sort who quite enjoys a walk in the country and using it to kill people with.
Why, fantastic. So now, most of you will be... we're going to start on a hillside near a small cave entrance. There's going to be a slightly different story for Quinn than the other three. But first, before we get going, I want to give it a go at least once. Praxagora Thesmiophoria.
Yes.
Come on, yeah! I slaughter names for a living, and I got that one right. We all heard it. Someone clip that for me. Okay, so we start off on this hillside. Now, Elowin, Melody, and Avi, the local town, they've had a lot of trouble with orcs recently, and they've pointed you off towards this hillside, where you can see 3 orcs guarding an entrance to a cave, 1 on a hill and 2 standing in front of a door, which is obscured. They've directed you this way, promising you 10 gold pieces per orc head. Thinking that you can cut your teeth maybe as a new adventurer, or for whatever other reason, here you are. Now, Quinn, you came completely separately. You received a message from a falcon that flew from an elven prince, instructing you that he feared that the lich Toradun would return, and begging of a noble adventurer to try and put a stop to it.
Well, I do believe that we have some business to accomplish here. Your plan of attack, sir?
Oh, I'm not sure I should be the one to be worrying about that. It's only been a few days since I left the temple, and I'm really more interested in studying what you do to those things.
Well, that's not the first time I've been told to stab something and let somebody else cut it up, but fanciest way I've heard.
Oh, well, that'll be fine. Just whatever you think is appropriate. I'll just, keep an eye on everything and help out where I can.
All right. Miss Melody, do you have any desire on how you wish to approach this problem?
Ooh, well, that's a good question. I never really done anything like this before.
Oh, you too.
Yeah, there's I have a pretty good theoretical knowledge of how these sorts of things go down, but this is exciting.
It's very simple. You stab them hard, you make sure they're dead, and then you rifle through their pockets looking for loose change.
All right, sounds like fun.
You rob the dead?
They don't need it. Then you do.
I hadn't considered that. Carry on.
Mean, you can't take it with you when you go, sir.
Still, something doesn't seem right about that, but I understand the sentiment.
Miss Quinn, is there a particular way you wish to address this problem?
First, Quinn? Yeah?
Oh, there we are.
No.
Just muted. It's all good. So is there a particular way you wish to address this problem, my elven friend?
Well, I think there's pretty much 2 ways we can go about it. 1, we kill them, we take their stuff, or we take their stuff and then kill them. It's pretty simple.
I always prefer the former, less hassle with getting things gone.
I mean, people tend to give me things, so I'm not too worried. Either way.
Well, their heads are also worth money at this point.
True point. Wait, money?
Yes.
How exactly did you guys become summoned here? I
Money.
received a letter.
I got told that there was money in it.
I decided to tag along because it sounded like it was an interesting learning experience.
My mentor said it was time to get out and experience some action in the real world. So here I am.
I have an honest question for you, Miss Melody.
Yeah.
Are you an ABD?
A what now?
All but dissertation.
Oh goodness. I've funny you should ask. See, I've been working on this really great paper. You see about Yeah, you'll hear all about it later.
No, I'd love to talk to you about that at some point. I've studied many of the humanities, a lot of the arts, and a lot of anatomy in the Temple of Agma, and well, I mean, practical experience is important. I've been told.
Yes, yes. So yeah. So let's go get some of that in the field experience now. Yeah.
As we do this, do any of you fine folk have a weapon that you can use to end these poor souls? They'll separate them from their lives.
Oh yes, yes. I have my my handy mace here. It hasn't been used in quite some time. It's very clean though. I made sure to clean it. There are 76 proper ways to clean a hammer of this type before usage. And then I have a quarterstaff that is more of a walking staff, but I've been known to hit people in the shins if they get a little too fresh with me.
Well, that is useful.
I think so.
Anybody else?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm skilled with a sword. It's kind of a requirement for where I'm from.
I figured. My
Yeah.
elven friend.
And what's a wizard without her staff?
Well then.
Yeah.
And since DM question, how far out are we, and are we hidden?
Far enough to not be noticed, and to have a conversation at the tone you have without being spotted. I'll give the distance, the time of day that you would have approached and everything to you guys. You can
Okay.
make that work to your fitting.
Well, I do not want to be out here much later. I do feel that the night is not necessarily in our favor. It's getting tad late in the afternoon. But from here, I can charm a few of these rocks to turn them into some extra weapons if you need them.
I don't know about you, but I think everyone seems to be relatively prepared as much as possible.
Then let's go kill some things. I need to help feed my sisters. It's fine.
Lead on.
So maybe I'm going to cast Magic Stone on my 3 pebbles that I pick up from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to carry them and attack with my magic stone from my sling at an appropriate distance, which I believe is 60 feet or 30 feet. Oh, it's 20 feet. The crit range is 30 feet. 30 feet. I can approach from about 30 feet. I'm a smart person.
So, would you like to sneak up into range?
Yep.
Is everyone sneaking up, or just Elowen?
Does Elowen mention that she's sneaking up, or does she?
Oh yes,
just go?
I'm sorry. I will sneak up quietly and try and knock them out a little bit before you get
Avi
up
was
there.
going to walk right forward with you, not even paying attention, just right behind you. If you say you're going to sneak up, he'll stay back then.
Okay. I mean, either way would be funny.
Yeah, he's going to follow along, just like taking a note in a piece of parchment. He's got a quill out. He's just noting down everything on the back of his shield.
I'll come with.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna we're gonna do this quietly, sneakily.
Okay, so Dyson Logos donates 100 bits. He's going to give advantage to the worst sneaker in the group. So...
Well, it ain't me.
It ain't
I think
me.
I got it.
Yep. Okay, so Abby, you can have the advantage. We'll use that on your next roll, but at the moment, are you trying to sneak, or are you just strolling on up?
She just said we're going to try and be quiet, so he's going to try and remember what that means in all that scale armor and shield and reliquaries and things, the walking.
Okay, well
noise.
then, let's take a sneak check from everyone, and Avi will have advantage.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, great. Oh, that is like not bad.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, well, we're not that quiet.
No.
No sneaking here. At all.
I mean, are you in chainmail as well?
Scale.
Scale. So
He's not strong enough for chain.
so Skyra, let's get yours just for prosperity.
Yeah, I got a 16.
A 16.
So Melody is relatively quiet, even though she's got her nose in her spell book while she's sneaking.
Melody is practically a ghost in the wind compared to the rest of the party. So Elowin and Quinn, you guys are doing a reasonable job of sneaking up. You know, you're pretty new to all this. Yeah, there's a little bit of you can see though things on the ground, like, you know, the occasional dry twig and rocks that you shouldn't kick or stand on, and it's a little bit slow, but you can make your way along. Avi, on the other hand, even with an advantage, stands on every twig, kicks every stone, and soon the orcs will look up and regard you. Sort
He's
of
just standing there like, oh, I think they've noticed me.
I do believe that, and now it's time to hit them very hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're gonna close the 30 feet and attack?
I'm gonna close to 30 feet, and then, because that's the minimum distance for the that to work.
Okay, well, before we take your roll, we will keep that roll, but let's grab some initiative first, because they also have some actions for if they get to go first.
Oh, I forgot to click the thingy.
So whilst you guys are rolling initiative, you've got 2 orcs standing in front of this grassy hillside and 1 standing on top. The ones down, as they see you beginning to make offensive movements, as you begin to run towards them, they go to start calling into the cave. So Quinn, it is your go first. You have control.
So I'll look over. About how far are they?
They're about you guys can all close to about 30 feet. We can. I think you've all got enough speed to do that.
So I'll go ahead. I'll look at the one that's running the closest, or one that's running towards, like into the cave, and I'll go ahead and shoot off an Eldritch Blast right there.
Ooh, yes, please. So a beam of crackling energy, make a ranged spell attack. Okay, so if I just quickly look at your character sheet, hopefully, if you go back to your core page, and if we drag an Eldritch Blast on, you should be able to make that as a spell attack. I'll do that for you real quick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go.
Huh. Doesn't seem to be. Well, you've got tons of Eldritch Blast in your cantrip. Okay, so we'll just make a ranged spell attack. So your ranged spell attack, if you could roll me a d20 plus 5. Normally you can just click it like you can a thank you for that follow. Normally you can just click it like a like the short sword, but who knows what's going on there. To roll, you can either type /roll 1d20 plus 5. It'd be /roll to make it work, or you can use the dice roller over on the left.
Here, I'm gonna put it in brackets for you. Yeah.
Oh. So your damage on that, it will be 1d10 force damage, but of course on a crit, it will be 2d10 force damage. So please fire off your 2d10 force damage on this poor unsuspecting orc. I say poor unsuspecting.
I mean...
So the orc rapidly takes 9 points of damage. It looks wounded. It immediately, you sort of make it stumble. It falls against the wall, but it's not down. It's still making its way towards the doors. Next, we have, I believe it was Deirdre. Elowin, is that right?
Yep, Elowin. Elwyn's going to fire off her. Well, she rolled, so we're gonna take. I'm gonna assume that 22 hits.
Yep, the 22 does hit.
And so for that, is that 8 points of damage
Is
to
that-
whichever one is closest.
Closest. Okay, so that'll be the other one on the floor.
Yep.
And it has a very similar effect. Both of these orcs look slightly battered. Maybe this one sort of stumbles as the stone catches its knee or something. And she sort of cries out, like, "Ah!" Which is my best. I hope you enjoyed that. So, next, let's see. Avi is last. What is your dexterity, Melody?
That would be 14.
So you go first.
Okay. So how many orcs are there?
2 on the ground injured, 1 on the roof readying a javelin.
All right, I finally get a chance to try out my magic missile. And I'm going to shoot at 3 different orcs, the 2 that are on the ground and the one that's closest to me besides that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that would be...
There's nothing between you and them, so these are straight rolls, 1d4 plus 1 per bolt, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Isn't
So the first one does 3 damage. The second one does 2, and the third one does 3.
So the third one on top sort of like just shrugs off this little damage. However, the damage looks a lot more critical to the 2 on the ground. They are not looking very well at all. One runs back to the cave entrance, limping, and calls into the cave in Orcish, if any of you understand Orcish. But if you do not, it's just Uraka! Uraka!
Well, that'll be a problem.
The one on the roof takes its javelin and throws it towards Quinn, seeing them as one of the biggest threats with that amazing Eldritch Blast that just came out of nowhere. Does a 7 beat your armor class, Quinn?
7?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. The other one, sort of like clumsily injured, runs towards the group. Who is the closest of all of you to the cave entrance?
I mean, I moved into it within 30 feet.
And I did follow, so.
Yeah, Melody was sort of trailing towards the back of the party. She was
Yeah.
still
Abby's
trying
right in there, but
else.
he hasn't really reacted yet. He's still processing.
Okay, so we'll call it Elowin then. He runs up with his loosening his axe from his belt and swinging at you. Does a 13 beat your armor class, Elowin?
No.
You deftly dodge or block the attack, however you wish to flavor that.
She's just gonna get shorter and say, "You're a little too tall to be hitting me like that, sir."
And so finally, then it'll be Avi's turn.
Avi, a little stunned that the orc actually ran out toward them. He thought that they were supposed to stay away the entire time. He would just sort of like, I've not really used this in practical means, but I'll just Sacred Flame Agma protect us, and he just hits the one closest.
Oh, just makes the save. Is that half damage or no damage? Sacred Flame's
No
a
damage at
cantrip.
all.
Yeah.
No damage.
So this injured orc, perhaps as it misses Elowin, the weight of the axe takes it tumbling over, and as it tumbles down, your Sacred Flame just goes straight over the top.
Really should practice that more.
So we go
Agreed.
back to the top of the round. Quinn.
No, Avi will move
Oh,
up
sorry.
beside Elowin.
Yes, of course. I forgot to ask if you had any bonus actions. I apologise. Back to the top of the round then, Quinn.
Well, this situation doesn't look very good. Let's try that again, and I'll send out another Eldritch Blast.
Towards which orc?
The same orc that I hit last time.
Okay, the one still over by the cave entrance. No problem. So it'll be another 1d20 plus 5.
Yay!
Yeah, that hits. So that'll be another 1d10's worth of damage. I'm getting ready with my big red cross pen. Just the slash roll. You can actually get away with just slash R as well.
Mm-hmm.
Technology. There we go.
There we go. So you mush this orc against the cave wall. The force damage strikes it, and it makes an unsavory squelching sound, which those light of stomach may not be too comfortable with. But the orc is vanquished. Eloin, unless you have any bonus actions, Quinn.
No, I do not.
Well, I do not like this gentleman in my face, so I'm going to switch from the sling and the magic stone and just go ahead and slash at him with my sharp scimitar and say that a 17 hits, sir.
A 17 does hit, indeed.
Well, and he's going to take 8 slashing damage.
How does this melee attack look?
I figure that, is Avi human, or?
He looks human.
Okay. Well,
Good answer.
little halfling. That's good. Height is the important part here. Little halfling just kind of ducks behind Avi, pulls out the sword, and slashes up through from groin to throat in one stroke up.
Oh, and blood will... If you're standing behind Avi, the blood will just pour forth from the orc all over Avi as it's split open and the orc falls to the ground. Sort of like Japanese blood fountain style, you know.
Never said how warm it would be.
It also stains and gets real sticky, honey. You might want to wash that off right quick in a hurry.
Oh, no.
Any bonus actions for you, Eloin?
She's just gonna turn and kind of gauge where the next opponent will be.
On the hilltop. Melody.
All right. So Melody is going to firebolt at the nearest orc.
Okay.
So yes. Apologies while she consults her spellbook fervently before. Even though it's a simple cantrip, she's
I mean, that's canon, right? You know, you can't be a wizard unless you're hastily consulting spellbooks like every second.
Yes.
Or smoking something.
Or smoking something. Or a dragonborn, you know.
Alright, so a ranged spell attack is what's that, like an 18? And then yeah.
An 18, sorry?
Yeah, sorry, is a ranged spell attack roll a d20? I've not spell casted before, so apologies.
No problem. So on your character sheet, where are you?
I'm not even in the roll.
No problem. So on your page 3, your spell checking one, in the top right there'll be the spell attack bonus, which will be your spell casting modifier and your proficiency. So it's 1d20 plus your spell casting modifier and proficiency.
Okay, that's a 23 then.
Boom. So a 23 does indeed hit the orc on top of the hill.
Excellent. And that does d10 is so that's 2.
2 points of damage. Again, this is the second spell you've cast at this orc. Perhaps you're beginning to believe it's resistant to magic as it just shrugs it off. And this time it hefts its javelin and tosses it specifically towards you. How does a natural 1, the javelin just sort of like... He does the whole thing where like he goes back and throws, but he's left the javelin behind and he drops it and he's stumbling to pick it up.
Melody like squeaks and tries to flinch away from the incoming javelin.
Yeah, which he's fumbled. She's fumbled, sorry, entirely. So unless you have any bonus actions, it will be Avi's turn.
That's no bonus actions.
Avi, there's one on top of the hill.
Like Avi's still wiping the blood like off his hands. He's just like, sacred flame, and he just points, and he tries again. That's better damage. DC 13.
DC 13. A 20. The orc, maybe it truly is resistant to magic as this fire comes towards it and it sort of like does the whole Matrix thing as like it.
I swear, I've used the temple and it worked every time.
Y'all, it happens to everybody. It's just a little performance anxiety. We'll get you fixed next step time.
What? I'm not. Sort of
It's
like
all good. It's all good. We got
shoulders down. I'm.
Just stand there. You're beautiful.
I've shields up. I'll be fine. That's my turn.
Indeed. So, we go back to the top of the round with Quinn.
Okay, so it seems like 2 of them have been dispatched.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just 1 left.
There is just 1 left currently.
You know, it's always fun to do this kind of the old-fashioned way. So I'm actually going to go ahead and close the distance, engage in melee, and I will take my short sword and attempt to stab.
Please do.
So how exactly does melee work?
So where you have the short sword on your character sheet, you can literally just click on the short sword and it'll roll it for you.
Ah, nice. I have never been in a hand-to-hand combat fight.
Fantastic. Welcome.
It's fun sometimes.
Messy.
Oh, a 24. A 24 definitely does hit. Now, to roll damage, you need to go onto the chat box where the word short sword is, and you just type on the word short sword below the 24 and the 15. 7 piercing damage. You, how would you like to do this as you, slay this orc?
I'm going to look at the sword, I'm going to look at the orc, I'm going to look at the sword, kind of like frame it up. I'm gonna just unceremoniously thrust it in.
I think you confuse the orc. Like, at the first he's like defensive, and then when you're like weighing up, he's like, just leaves everything open.
As I pull it out, is this how you do it?
Well, that's one way, dear.
As you do this, you hear a howl from the cave entrance as 2 wolves prance out onto the field. Or spring. They leap. Followed by 3 more orcs who are answering the first orc's summons.
Well,
Durga!
Perhaps we should talk to these. I'm sure they'll understand the misunderstanding with the first ones.
I mean, I did just stab this one. Like, covered.
honey, it's fine.
You're literally covered in their blood right now. I don't think.
Well, if they're scent hunters, they'll think I'm one of them.
No, a wolf is gonna be able to tell that that's blood, honey.
Oh.
And it's a very striking color against your very otherwise pristine, what do you call them? Vestments, I believe.
Oh, well, yes, but
I mean, it's a very artistic look.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
sure-
Wait, I can fix that. And snap, prestidigitation, no more blood.
Oh, that's
Wise
easier
choice.
than cleaning by hand.
Is there anything you would like to do before entering combat? We'll use the same initiative rolls as last round.
How far in front of the orcs are the wolves?
Let's say 15 feet.
Because I was gonna try and talk to the wolves, but no, they're too close. It's fine. No. I mean, I can try animal handling on those wolves and see if I can convince them that they do not want to eat us.
The wolves look skinny and hungry.
Ooh, maybe they want to eat them. I'm all for encouraging, the natural order of things.
Okay, so as the wolves prance. Why do I keep using the word prance? That gives such strange connotations. As the wolves leap forward into action, would you like to try and persuade them with your animal handling before we enter combat?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Please do.
Let's see how this goes. That's not bad.
On a 19, they're rushing towards you, looking angry, and as you sort of like, how do you try and tempt them?
I just kind of come out behind them and grab like a
Looks like we got a new friend.
jerky. I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna grab this whole thing and get into it. I'm gonna grab some jerky out of my pocket and just wave it at them and then throw it back at the orcs.
You know what? They both stop. They're like sniffing the air, like, and as you throw this jerky, they just run back towards the orcs. It seems to have worked. And welcome, raiders. Guys, defend. Get them scrat hypes in chat. So we will enter combat. The wolves attacking the orcs with you. Would we like to use the same rolls as last time, or would we like to roll again?
I liked my roll.
I don't think Avi's is going to change much.
I mean,
I'm fine.
I'm fine. We can
It
work what
doesn't
we got.
matter.
We
Yeah.
can work what we got.
In that case, Quinn, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to look to the area. I kind of see how they're kind of lumped together. I'm going to aim for kind of
Don't hit the wolves!
middle of the orc, and I'm going to head and cast Fairy Fire.
Fantastic. Yes, fairy fire. So what color would you cast your fairy fire?
It would be like an iridescent green.
Yeah. So these creatures, I believe, is it up to 3?
It's within a 20-foot cube.
So, yep, so they immediately are lit up by this iridescent green light, and now you will have advantage on any... Oh, hang on. They get to make a dex save. Okay.
You get to make a save, yeah.
Do.
But they're not gonna make it.
What was your DC?
The DC is 13.
So 2 of them make it, but one of them is illuminated green and very, very easy to see attackers. Very easy to see.
Sweet.
Any other bonus actions for you?
I am going to run back about 15 feet.
Fantastic. Okay. So Elowin, it would be you next. You can see one of these orcs shining green. The other 2 have dove out of the way.
Well, I'm gonna continue with my magic stones because that lasts for a minute, and I'm going to hit them again.
Oh!
Nice.
On whichever one is closest. I figure the gentleman in the green, he's very distinctive looking.
Yeah, sure.
And
Do you know what? On a 9, you strike the orc in the head and it immediately falls unconscious.
Well, that's useful.
Quite well done.
I try, and sometimes I even succeed. Well,
You're
that
going to have to show me how you do that. I didn't think you could be so deadly with a rock.
Honey, men be killing each other with rocks since the dawn of time. It is the first thing and the easiest thing. And by men, I mean any and all species and or races and or classes and or genders and other things.
Understood, yes.
Even oozes are counting in this as well.
You count oozes.
They have sentience, sometimes.
Duly noted.
Melody, it's your turn.
Okay, sorry, what's left?
2 orcs and 2 wolves, but the wolves are currently on your side.
Okay, excellent. Melody fervently flips through her spell book, and she's starting to get a little flustered with trying to manage all these spells out in the field. So she eventually just settles on shooting another firebolt at the closest orc.
Okay.
And that's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And yes.
I don't think you guys have missed yet, except for the spells.
And that one does 6 damage.
Okay, yeah, it takes that 6 damage, and it's not looking too bothered. You know, it's the firebolt is maybe it's got like that soot over it a little bit, but it's sort of like just brushing it away.
Melody looks back at her spellbook a little confused, like, am I doing this right?
So I'm just gonna have a quick roll off between the wolves and the orcs. So the orcs go first. As they're and they oh,
There go the wolves.
possibly.
I'm glad that wasn't Avi.
Oh no. Oh, one is immediately slain as this great axe buries itself in its hide. The other sort of catches the axe in its jaws, and you can see some blood, but it's giving a good fight. As such, it lunges in to bite the orc, but unfortunately, its teeth rattle off of its leather armor. It just gets a chunk of leather armor. It can't get any purchase on the actual orc. Avi.
Well, now I really want to kill them. They don't kill that wolf.
Avi, it is your turn.
Avi is looking at the scene, and you can see he's noting it in his head, just trying to understand what's going on. First combat he's ever seen outside of a temple and outside of books. And he grabs a reliquary on his chest. It's a slender brass box with clear colored glass. And he goes, by the index finger of Sister Ambrosia, beloved bard of Ogma, I'm going to say a word, so be ready. And he says a word in Celestial, and it casts. Where's the spell? It is Word of Radiance.
Ah.
So it's a con save at 13 for both of the orcs.
I have to add that to my list.
So
One fail?
yeah, the first orc, the one that previously got hit with the firebolt, does take
1 damage.
takes 1 damage.
It worked. It really worked. Avi is happy. He's beaming right now.
I'm glad for you, Sugar. Now can we get on with this?
Was that not helpful?
It was very helpful. I'm very impressed.
Okay, so I just stay in front of you, right?
Yes, I can do that. Remember, celebrate after they're all dead.
Oh, okay. He gets real serious. But still smiling. Still smiling really big, but looks serious.
Quinn, it's back to your turn.
Okay, let's finish this once and for all, because frequently I'm quite tired of all of this right now. And I'll go ahead and I will point over to... There's 1 orc left, right?
Two orcs left. One looking mildly assaulted by magic, the other looking very healthy.
Well, I'll take an aim at the healthy-looking one, and I'll go ahead and shoot off another Eldritch Blast.
Please. 1d20 plus 5? On a 9, unfortunately, it just goes wide. The orc sort of... Perhaps you were trying too hard not to hit the orc, the wolf that it's in a tussle with.
Yeah, I meant to do that one. Just warming it up.
I'm sure you got it, honey. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my last of my rock at the moment. My third one, and try and hit the gentleman With a 17, sir.
That hits, yes indeed.
For 6 damage.
This is the healthy orc or the unhealthy orc?
I figure whoever was fighting with the wolf.
Ah, the healthy orc. Yeah, you strike it and it takes a solid blow. Any other actions for you?
I'm just going to turn to him and say, do I have your attention now, sir? Or are you going to continue to mess around with my puppies?
Orica!
I'm sure you said something very unkind about my mother, and I'm sure if she was still with us, we would all be upset. But as she's dead, she can take care of her own self. So, moving on.
Is it wise to provoke them like that?
Yes. They're very, very stupid, and the more angry they get, the more mistakes they make.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's very good to know.
It is your turn, Melody.
Hey, you stupid orc! And she's gonna try to shoot a ray of frost at the one that just got Eldritch blasted, and that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Yes, indeed.
Hold on, wrong die. Ray of frost does 6 damage.
That orc is looking very wounded now.
Take that, you stupid orc.
It uses its action to try and wrestle the wolf away from it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, it flings the wolf aside and begins running towards the party. The wolf lets him run and attacks the other orc. It sinks its teeth into its hamstring, dealing another 5 points of damage. And the orc cries out in pain. A hamstring attack is not enough to kill it. And it is dragged to the ground by this wolf. It's mauling, just mauling now. So Avi, there is one orc looking injured, running towards you.
Ooh, I think he's going to have something to say about what we've done to his friends. I'm just going to say the same word I had before, and he grips the reliquary a little harder. You hear a little crack as he's doing it because it's right in his face now, and he says the same word in Celestial, and it's just all that singing type, very sing-song word that no one understands unless they speak Celestial, and it's the same thing. It'll be another con save for both of the orcs for 13.
You get both of them.
Okay, let's see if I can roll above a 1.
Hey! How does it look? How does the radiant damage them both to death? How does that work?
I'm getting a whole World of Warcraft feel here. It's just he's grabbing the reliquary and he just says this word, and it's sort of like a song, like a choir, like one note choir, and just this golden light just radiates out from his mouth, and it just lights both of them up.
The wolf jumps back in shock, but then seeing its orc, slightly crispy, it's like, well, this will do, and it just begins eating the orc.
Well, I didn't expect it to work quite that well that time, but yay!
Fabulous job.
I'm sorry, I didn't say something about their mothers before I did that. I apologize, Elowen.
It's quite okay. It's your choice on how you choose to insult and or engage with the enemy, as long as you engage with the enemy.
I'm learning so much from you. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Is everyone feeling okay?
Yes, this is very exciting.
Oh, good. Okay. If you have any scratches or anything, I'm very good with medicinal poultices, and I have a few spells that makes people feel better occasionally.
Oh, that's going to be very useful. Well, hopefully not too useful.
Good to
I
know.
agree.
Well, I'm gonna go rifle through their pockets and look for loose change.
He's going to follow him behind and sort of he's noting down the condition of the bodies and, height, weight, that kind of thing.
Can
taking
I
a lot of
take
notes.
a look around? Can I take a look around to see if there's anything else coming?
So, as you step into the cave, you can't hear any other things coming. The cave is a long tunnel with axes on the wall. As you search their bodies, please give me an investigation check, or perhaps perception, maybe survival, whatever you feel would fit most closely with your character.
I'd probably go with perception, but she's gonna take a minute and, just kind of think with the nature first and cast guidance on herself so she can find the most money to feed her family.
Okay.
And then cast perception and then add a d4, right? Yeah, which is a good thing. There we go.
Okay, so with the d4 as well? There it is.
Yep, 11.
On an 11, each of the orcs, except for the one on the rooftop, has 3 javelins on them. And they each have standard to poorly maintained great axes. Their armors, though they looked like hide armor at a distance, they're actually just sort of a mixture of grease and scraps, which gave a similar sort of effect as hide armor.
So you were saying cheap leather armor?
I'm saying cheaper than cheap. I'm saying scraps.
Okay. And great axes.
Great axes. So that'd be a total of 6 great axes, and I think 15 javelins minus the 3 that were thrown at Melody.
So 12.
No, sorry. That is minus. It would be 18 if you bothered to go and collect them all.
Alright, no, I'm not doing that.
Cool.
I'm just taking these, and I'm gonna turn to a dear friend, tall people friends, and hand each of them one of the javelins and say, "Here, more things to stab people with."
Cool.
Oh. I'm not sure I know how to use this.
It's okay, honey. You just stand there, and when it gets close to you, stab at it.
It's a really simple thing. Like, we learn them when we're children. You should. Do you know how to?
But
Would you like me to take it off your hands?
I've been to the temple since I was 2, so I've never really stabbed anything at all.
yeah,
Not
that
even
sounds
my dinner.
awfully messy.
Well, if you want these, dear friend, here, take them.
Oh yeah, please take them all. They're a little outside of my height requirement. I never try and use anything that's taller than me.
Yeah, you can keep mine too.
I will take these javelins.
Take all 12. Or
How's
15.
the wolf looking?
Well, one of the wolves is down. Its axe. You're gonna have to pull the axe out of its hide, actually, as it's buried deep in the base of its neck. The other isn't looking great. It's looking injured, but it's happily devouring this orc. As you get close, it will growl at you.
Like he's walking over, he's going to try and give it a pet because he doesn't know anything about how.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's like, ooh, it doesn't seem very happy. Are they normally like this in the wild?
Could you make me an animal handling check, please?
Oh, please, yes. Yes, that's what I expected.
What were you about to say, Elowen?
Ellen was gonna go reach to stop him, and then just goes, maybe this is a lesson he got alone himself.
Good. Does a 5 hit you as this wolf pounces on you?
No, he probably just grabs the armor, but it doesn't pierce it. He's like shaking his arm. He's like, what do I do now? What is going on here?
Well, he's hungry, and you're interrupting his dinner.
Oh, okay. Gets his arm out and backs away.
Good doggy. Now, enjoy your feast, and she's gonna pull out another one of her little pieces of jerky and throw it back onto the orc. So, here, eat that.
I was only going to try and tend its wounds. Those things might get infected.
I highly suggest that we let the wolf do the wolf's thing. It's helpful,
Yeah.
but seems that he's now disinterested. We shouldn't push it.
Yeah.
That's wise.
If you step back, it will just go straight back to the. It will go back to the orc going for the easy meal. It was merely defending its quarry.
Yes, he backs away.
All right then. Melody, you were the one who, or Abby, I don't remember which one of you actually spoke to the gentleman. Did he say that we actually need to bring back the heads, or can we just, tell them, or maybe an ear?
I was thinking it was ears, but I wasn't paying attention at that time. I found a really interesting treatise on the mating habits of a common Dracus, and I was looking at it, and it was very interesting. And he just was talking. It went over my head, and I
Heads? Ears? You have to bring them back.
Each one is worth 30 gold, honey. I'm taking the money, or excuse me, 10 gold, and each one is worth money, and I'm gonna take it. Y'all need to feed yourselves.
I understand that. I was simply doing this because a high official offered, kind of asked in a demanding way to do such thing.
Oh, honey, the bureaucrats are always asking in a demanding way. They don't ask questions. They tell you to do something. As long as they have the coin to back it up, it's fine.
It's kind of like what my family does. It's a thing.
No. Melody, do you remember if we have to bring back the actual head, or can we just get away with the ears?
I don't rightly recall. I was in the middle of trying to go through my spell book one last time, and you see, I wasn't really listening at all, honestly.
We aren't very observant, are we?
Well, that's an issue. Because I can't carry this. I mean, he's like twice my size. Actually, he might even be closer to 3 times my size if you hold the gentleman still.
Just cut off the ears, I guess. I mean, portable, ears. Does someone have a container or something for them? Like a bag or a jar?
String. You could run them through like a necklace.
Would you like to wear said necklace?
No. Heavens no.
I'm not about to be cutting the ears off of these orcs. That's really gross.
Can I just Can I walk over and just start I have a dagger. I'm just gonna come and just start chopping off their ears.
I mean,
Melody, would you like to make a con check? It's up to you.
No, she's just kind of dancing a little in her wizard robes because she's a little freaked out.
Oh, Melody, honey, it's not any worse than cutting up a chicken. It's all fine. Actually, chickens are worse. You gotta pluck them first. That's nasty.
Gosh, no, the wizard school always had chefs to cook for us. I can't imagine actually cutting up a chicken.
So you've never dressed a deer, neither, have you?
Gosh, no.
Alright then. Good things to know.
In case you were wondering, I haven't either.
Okay, well, what you gotta do when you catch yourself a deer is you need to make sure it's hung correctly, and then you gotta slit it across the throat both ways.
Hold on. Before we get too far into this, shouldn't we maybe be a little bit quieter and see what's up along this long, long tunnel up ahead? Perhaps, maybe, just a little bit.
And she's just gonna finish cutting the ears and then turn back to the tunnel. Alright then.
So this tunnel is a long corridor with axes on both walls. It leads up to a door at the end. There is also a passageway going off to the left there. The axes are sharp as though newly made against the walls.
Small axes, hand axes, battle axes.
All types, ancient axes.
Oh.
What condition are they in?
Brand new. Sharp as though they were forged.
Is there...
Can I try to remove one of the small, a hand axe sized axe from a wall?
Certainly can.
I would like to do or attempt to.
Yeah, please do. How would you like to do so?
I would just like to go over, maybe study it for a moment, then kind of see how the holder is, and maybe just pluck it out.
Okay.
Not by strength, but by skill.
You can roll me an investigation or perception first to assess the way that it is built into the wall.
Okay, I will roll a perception, which is not... Ooh!
On a 19, you can see that the handles are in fact part of the wall. They were sculpted as part of the wall. But the blade itself is attached to the haft. So you could potentially break away the axe head and make it into an axe later, but it would not be a usable weapon right now.
So, these are apparently decorative, not usable. Or at least not to, like, a normal person. So, this whole architecture is dumb. It's clearly crude. And I'm already frustrated. And I'll walk away from it.
Well, that makes sense if it's just decorative. I was wondering why those orcs outside were using those terrible conditioned weapons and these beautiful ones are in here. It just seems strange, but if they're just decorative, it still makes no sense, but it's something.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with appreciating some aesthetics. Even, surely even people as large and smelly as they wouldn't, would appreciate some decoration. Yes.
Well, personally, I've always found orcs to be much more practical individuals. I do not think they designed this space themselves. I'm pretty sure that they appropriated the space from someone a little older and wiser than them.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to look at the condition of the walls, and can I tell what sort of race maybe built this, or sort of style of architecture it might be?
Oh yeah, definitely. So looking at the floor, you can see that the floors are made of smooth flagstones made of marble. The doors are made of heavy stone with brass fittings and locks. The ceilings are cracked marble paneling, often with frescoes of elven glades. And there are metal sconces on the walls, but there are no torches. Looking down the corridor, it very quickly descends into darkness.
So would I imagine that this might be an ancient elf dwelling or facility?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, ancient elven work. This is quite nice. I've seen sketches of this sort of thing in scrolls back in the temple, but it's much darker in real life.
It's because the lights are off.
Oh, are you having trouble seeing?
Oh, do you have... Oh, wait, do you struggle with that whole light thing?
Yes. It is a requirement for me to see things.
Oh.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe we should light some torches.
Reaches over and taps Elowen on the shoulder and casts light, and she now glows.
Your
It's
armor.
very hard to be stealthy.
Oh, we have to stealth again.
I mean, it's the best way to kind of, find things before they find you, kill things before you be killed.
But
Elowen's chest piece is currently glowing like a light bulb.
If we have to have a light, then we can't sneak. But if we can't sneak, if we have a light, what is Elowen going to do if she can't see?
How about we leave the bright folks, the folks that need the light, a little farther back, maybe 20, 30 feet back there, maybe then scout, sneak ahead. I mean, I'm willing to do that role.
Oh,
y'all go right ahead.
My apologies then. I was trying to be helpful. I'm sorry.
The passageway to the left occasionally flickers with light as though there's a fire burning at the other end.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all intelligent fine folk with learning of a more scholarly nature look at these carvings and walls on the door. I'm gonna check, make sure we aren't gonna get burned to death by an out of control fire.
You look around the corner?
Agreeable? Yeah, I'm gonna look around the corner. In my bright, glowing self. A 3-foot-tall halfling glowing.
Can I trail behind you? Just because I'm...
You can even technically stand in the same space that I am in because I am a halfling.
Yes, and I'm a very tall elf, so... Yeah. We'll just peek around the corner.
As you peek around the corner, you can see a large fire burning in the center of the room. Across the fire, there is a half-elf on a spit. She is stripped naked and clearly being set to cook. She is sweating from the heat.
I start running in that direction. My goal is to get her off of the spit, or get the spit off the fire, and then get her off the spit.
Please help me! You can run in and easily remove the spit from the fire, passing a DC 10 strength check.
I'm gonna look around and make sure there's no one else in the room that might interrupt her assistance. Avi, she might need a hand.
Oh, we find something interesting. Okay. He'll walk in behind and see the...
A not dead body.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Can I help with that?
Please, they're going to eat me. Please help.
I'll grab the other side and together we'll lift the spit off.
Thank you. I am not the strongest person on the face of the planet.
You want to roll a strength check as well?
No, it's fine. With the two of you, it becomes a lot easier. And you can easily lift her off of the spit. Thank you. Thank you. I'm indebted to you.
How did you get here?
I came in search of treasure. I was told that ancient elven treasures filled these halls. And I was captured.
Wait, who sent you? How'd you find out about this place?
I received a map of this place from a man in a bar. I gambled with him and he traded me this map telling me of the treasures here.
Wait, who are you? Where are you from? Who's your family?
Sorry. My name is Noctiavamef. I'm a simple half-elf trying to make their way. I don't really have much family. I was abandoned by my parents at a young age. They were strict elves, and I don't know which one, but one of my family had fleeted with a human, and here I am to this day.
Avi is digging through his pack while she's talking and pulls out some common clothes and hands it to her.
Thank you. She covers herself.
Do you have any injuries? I mean, keep talking. I'm just going to give a cursory medical examination, if that's okay.
Yes, I think it's just minor burns, nothing serious.
Oh, okay. I'll be the judge of that.
So you just came here? Just by yourself? Are you stupid?
Well, I just wanted to get some treasure. I'm just trying to make my way.
To be fair, that's the reason we're here too.
Yeah, but you didn't come by yourself.
No, I ain't that stupid.
The treasure map didn't say anything about orcs.
I was sent here on an official query from the head of the There's a lot of reasons why I have to come. It's an obligation. Don't worry about it.
Understood. I was just pointing out the similarities between you and the young half-elf.
I am quite capable with my personal abilities. This one was tied to a spit, no offense. Little offense.
Honey, I don't think that's a way you can say you are tied to a spit without it being offensive. I mean,
my skills are, I'm better at talking. I managed to speak to them for, I managed to speak to them for at least 2 or 3 days, convincing them that I knew the secrets of this place, and stopping them from eating me. It was just today that they decided finally that I must have been lying.
Can you fight?
A little.
Not to be well, no. We'll get to that. She don't got a weapon yet, honey. She ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
I have a spare dagger.
Yeah, but let's get her some clothes first. Maybe she's got her own gear. Maybe she's got her own gear here. You know?
Do you have your own gear here?
No, the orcs destroyed it.
Well, that won't very bad of them now, will it? You can make more good money off of that.
They've ripped them to shreds in front of me. They were trying to get me to tell them about the secrets of this place. It was my bargaining chip. I convinced them that I was sentimentally attached to all my gear. It kept them busy for a few days.
So, can I give her a dagger now?
Yes, give her a dagger now.
And I'll go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go to make sure that we're not gonna be followed while you play with the half elf.
I'll go ahead. Present the dagger, hilt first, formally.
Thank you. She takes it and sort of like twirls it across her fingers with a flourish. Thank you. And places it in her belt.
I do believe that you're lying to me about your skills with the knife, but I'm going to let it go.
I can juggle some.
Do I believe her?
Why don't you give me an insight check?
Whew, yes, I do.
Fair enough.
I might want to see that sometime. Sounds fun, maybe in lighter circumstances.
Yes, but perhaps when we are done here. I take it you don't want to leave. I'd very much like to get revenge on the remaining orcs. I know this place. Yes, I know the layout of this place fairly well. Through that way, she points to the western door. There's the mausoleum. It's a crypt. There's no one in there, but there may be some treasure. I've not had a chance to look over it closely. To the north, that way, there are at least 8 orcs in there, including the chiefess. And there is a locked door. Both these passages to the south and east both lead to a locked door that the orcs haven't been able to break through yet.
Ooh.
I firmly subscribe to the never leave an enemy at your back. And let's deal with the charming young orcs and their chiefess first before we go hunting out for any other means of financial... what's the word I'm looking for? Recovery? Not right.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
not to be that person, but I think maybe we should gather our forces, maybe make a plan. She says she has a map. Why don't we take a break, sit down, look at this map, maybe make a plan so that when we go in, we don't get murdered by 8 orcs and the chiefess. Perhaps. Also, a bit tired. I don't go out often.
I knew it. Elves have the constitution of a horsefly.
I can draw you a rough sketch of the next room. So it's sort of a crucifix shaped, but with a few crannies on the corridor leading down that we could potentially hide in. And she draws you a map that looks like.
Yeah, Abby hands her a piece of parchment as quill. That's her.
Oh, thank you. That's much better than the floor.
I find so too. You can also look back at it when people don't walk on it.
They are trying to open a door in there. They kept asking me how, and I kept telling them that it was against my elven lineage to tell them, and that's essentially how I kept myself alive.
Melody, you're much more with the academic leanings in this than I am.
Yes.
So, door. What would be our odds of danger with a door?
I've heard that sometimes doors might have traps of some kind associated with them.
Well, I can tell you that. I mean, my cousin Elnora, she got messed up by a door.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Not as
Sorry to
bad
hear
as
that.
Sister Emmeline.
Are we talking about, the same thing? A door with a handle and wood?
No, it's a large silver thing with pictures of elves embossed into it. There's some sort of... It seems to resist all of their attempts to break it down.
Wait, have they tried using magic?
Magic seems to be suppressed in that room. That's important, actually. Magic seems to be suppressed in that room. If we use magical attacks, there's a chance that they won't work or backfire.
That's
Like a thing that we would have liked to have known at the very beginning.
It just seems to be that room. I've seen them testing on both sides, and
Out of curiosity, I mean, not to be crass or anything, but were they going to go for the low and slow as they were cooking you, or just the straight roast?
Well, I believe this was to be torture first and then cooking to try and get me to speak some. Then she points to a large sack, and she's like, they were going to hang that over as well with pepper and spices and rub them on my body as they slowly cooked me.
I was wondering where the dry rub was. Thank you.
I mean, it's an important question, less about how they plan to eat you. Not that I'm in any way, shape, or form commenting on the culinary desires of orcs, but more along the lines of how much time we might have before somebody comes calling, as it were.
Abby's over at the spice pile looking at what they used. He's making notes. Completely forgot about the conversation now.
I would very much like to know how much time you have, because again, as previously mentioned, I'm a bit knackered and I could use this brief rest.
You always need a rest. We're fine. No, we're not. We're gonna die as well. We're gonna get good, but you know.
If I have a brief rest, we have a less chance of dying. Did you know that?
Oh, I do like not dying.
I find it preferable as well, he says over his shoulder as he's digging through the spices, trying to identify them again. Coriander.
Can you grab some of that pepper? It might be useful. I has an idea.
They've already mixed most of it, but I'll see if there's some pepper laying around.
Well, grab it anyways. It might be useful as it is.
I think there's cayenne in here. It should hurt the eyes.
I'm so glad they didn't get me in that sack.
You would have been tasty, I'm sure. This is wonderful.
You can't just comment on someone's tastiness.
Oh, I'm speaking on the spices. I mean, this would make a sack, a piece of leather taste good.
As long as it has the right chef. I do not necessarily know that the orcs are... Well, I should not comment on their culinary abilities. I understand that would be... No, I'm going to comment on their culinary abilities. I do not see any ability with which that they can cook well, even with good spices. It just means you're going to taste good momentarily and then get really, really sick later. Speaking from personal experience on that one. Elry was not the best chef. Good cousin, gave back money, sent him back well, but not the best chef. Mm-mm.
I'd like to talk to you more about that some other time, but here's your spices.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I'm already sitting on the floor, like I've given up on I was like, I'm gonna sit here one way or another. I'm gonna sit.
You sit. Can I stealthily approach the doorway where the other room is while she's sitting there? And not actually walk through it, just approach the doorway. No, yeah. I'm lit up like a... Never mind.
You are lit up like a light bulb.
Melody, do you want to go take a look and see what's there?
I don't know if I want to go by myself.
You really want me to go with you?
Well,
please don't make me get off of this floor for some stupid reason.
Well, look.
You rest, honey. You rest. It's fine. It's fine. You all take a nap.
Look, you are very bright, and I do need light to see things.
Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah. No. We did not say nothing. You all sit down. You'll come with me.
I could go look if you want. I mean, I'm very observant. I can see things really well.
Okay, well, in that case, to help you with your stealthing ability, let me give you some advice and some guidance on how to do that better.
Oh, okay.
See, what you want to do is you want to hold from here with where the straps are on that armor, so it doesn't move as you do.
Oh.
You want to move with you, not against you, and maybe leave the shield here for the next 15 seconds. It's fine.
Okay. What about? I mean, I have all my reliquaries, and I have I have my scroll on my chain. They hang free, and I'm sorry.
Are you taking notes?
I always take notes. Yes.
Okay, well, maybe not taking the notes right now, and she's going to take the quill from him and set it down. We'll get back to it later, and I'm going to...
With all these reliquaries and things, I envision that Avi is jingling like a wind chime.
Yes. Because he's got the scale armor, and there's all the individual scales that they jingle, and then he's got the reliquaries hanging, and the necklace, and it's all jingling, and... Yeah.
This just sounds like a bad idea. Emphasis on the word sounds here.
Oh.
You're great. You're wonderful. You're kind of loud. You're great. You're wonderful. You're kind of, glowing. You're great. You're wonderful. Can you see in the dark? Are we prepared for the repercussions that might happen if someone were to hear us right now?
Yes, I have a small skill that I'm prepared for at all times.
Do it. Go clamber your way to the door.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just helping him, giving him guidance on how to do this better.
Oh, I'm here. I'm ready. Do it.
Okay, so you gotta hold the straps, and we're maybe gonna take a couple of these things, and I'm gonna tie them to your armor a little tighter, so that they don't move. And now, no, they're still there. I'll untie them later, but you don't want to. You want to be quiet, right?
Yeah. Yes, I would like to. Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
So this will help you be quiet,
Okay.
and then go see what's there and how quickly they're coming.
Why don't we roll the d4 for guidance first?
Yes. Let's see what that is.
Oh,
Not
okay.
bad.
I did not do badly on that one.
I feel guided now.
So how do you approach this door, Abby?
Okay, the door, is this another one of the stone doors?
Stone doors, brass fittings, double door. This one.
Okay. A cursory examination, is it locked, or is it just a push open sort of door?
It's just like a push open sort of door.
Okay. He's just going to approach the door quietly and try and just, like, he's a temple kid. He's probably snuck in, tried to listen to, lectures and things that were above his age bracket. And he tried and sneak in. And so he's going to just open it up just enough to glance in, because he has really good vision in low light situations. And so he's just going to try and just get it cracked open enough that he can glance in and see what he can find.
Okay. So would you like to use this guidance? The guidance was definitely for a stealth check, wasn't it? Let's be fair. So please give me a perception check first.
Okay.
On a 16, you look through the door. You can indeed see 8 orcs grouped around one large orc who has like a crowbar that she is just hammering away at these large, beautiful silver doors, but there is just no effect. None whatsoever.
Okay.
Now could you make me a stealth roll?
Of course. Good luck, everyone. Yes.
Hey! 22! You close the door silently and can step away.
Ooh, that was exciting. My heart's all pitter-patter.
That was the quietest I've ever heard you be. And
Me
it's
too.
Not that long.
I could hear my heart beating in my ears. It was very distracting. But I did see there are 8 orcs, a lot like the ones we fought earlier, and there's a really big one. That might be the queen. She's wailing away on that door. Nothing's happening. So there's 9 in there right now.
Well, do we want them? I mean, we might want to take this opportunity to get them by surprise. And I have a small skill that, if I use correctly, can hold them in place for other people to, prevent them from attacking us in advance.
I'll do whatever you guys all think is the proper course of action.
What I'm worried about is the magic thing.
Oh yes, she did say that there was no magic.
That's a thing, right? The magic not possibly working, maybe backfiring.
Well, that would be problematic.
Yeah, I do kind of need that to do things.
Well, it'd be a really easy way to test it. I would just walk inside that room, and we would know right away if I'm still lit up like a torch.
Avi raises his hand because it's just like, I have an idea. In one of the treatises of a soldier that I read, he said that sometimes in a situation like this, in which there are overwhelming odds, it is best to pull them away from the group. So if we stage an ambush out here, and make a little noise, perhaps we could better our chances.
That seems smart. The map, see, it has like these little alcoves in them. Maybe someone quick, fast could throw something. I mean, I do have all these javelins now. Throw it, get their attention, draw them out, kind of be able to pick them off instead of having to deal with, 9 of them.
And if we draw them out here, I might be able to restrain them for you. And I freely acknowledge that I'm shorter than all of you and therefore not as quick as all of you. It's a problem and I acknowledge it.
Oh, I think you and I are about the same speed.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Okay.
you guys just do your best, and I'm sure it'll all work out.
Thank you very much to Gemsong, who donates for a wild magic surge each.
Oh, great.
Could each of you please roll? Let me just double check what the number is. I think it's 438 now. A 1d 438, and I'll put that in the Zoom chat so you can just copy and paste it across.
The best.
There you go. This is from our own Wild Magic Surge table, which you can add to on the Discord.
Oh shit.
So what have we got? We've got 111.
227.
So Avi, please roll me 2d6. Multiply that by 6, that's 30. For the next 30 seconds, you have hiccups.
Yeah, he's squeaking, just squeaking like a chipmunk over there, and vibrating.
Oh.
I think this is because he was so quiet earlier.
Elowen,
Yep.
the target is now deeply loved by an NPC from a previous campaign. Do you have an NPC you'd like to pick who is your long-lost lover?
No. Y'all can, I'm gonna let Scrat, you can choose one of them. I mean...
Do you know what? I think it was The Secret. I think it was Grandad Ahmed before he went into the desert. He loves you dearly.
Oh, and he left. Sad day.
Yeah.
Didn't really, it was fine.
Let's see. Dan 387. Could you please make a performance check for me?
Okay, let's see. I should be decent at this. Come on.
13 as you burst into song and dance. How does that sound?
Guys, I can't understand why I'm singing all of a sudden, but I'm singing and I'm singing and I'm singing and I can't stop. Somebody help me, please. Why are my hands moving this way? I can't stop. Help, help, help me, help. Please stop this right now. I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
Well, I'm very impressed. Your musicality, your tone, your voice and pitch were fabulous.
Melody, could you please describe someone that you care about?
Oh gosh. I guess I care the most about my wizard mentor. She was a really nice lady. A bit on the eccentric side. She had this big red curly hair and always wore a green velvet cloak.
Did she happen to be a wizard that would look at portents and that sort of thing? A premonition wizard, sort of?
Yes. How did you know?
Because she appears in front of you.
Oh my goodness. How?
She puts an arm out to you. Melody, don't be upset.
What do you mean upset?
When you return, I won't be there.
But why?
I foresaw this day coming. The day when I could see no more.
No.
My body back at the faculty is currently undergoing a heart attack.
Oh,
I'm dying.
no, you can't die. I need you.
You will find my things in my locker. My key will be hidden in my desk drawer. Good luck, Melody. And she disappears.
Did
We all see that?
see this?
Up to Melody.
You know what? No, you guys did not. You just saw Melody start freaking out for no reason. For no apparent reason.
Melody, honey. Y'all good? I know sometimes
Of course I'm not good. You saw that, right? My mentor is dying right now.
Saw what?
Yeah, I didn't see nothing, but y'all magic, academic-y, magic-y types, y'all go funny like that sometimes.
Look, she appeared to me right here, and she told me that she is dying, and no. That
Death is part of life. We all gotta go sometime, honey.
But I still had so much to learn.
I'm sorry that you are in a position where you will no longer be able to learn from her, but at least you said goodbye. It's better than some folk get.
Melody just sits on the floor and sobs for a little while.
And it's like probably just the right height that no one can pat her on the head as she's standing there.
Oh, yes, death is a part of life. The previous owner of this armor, Brother Sylvain, beloved of Agma, he left the temple for the first time, just like me. And when he was studying an overlooked plant subspecies along the road, he was trampled by a draft horse and cart, taking ale to the local tavern and died. So these things come out of nowhere. It's just something to deal
The
with.
door opens.
The door into the chamber that we're in? Okay, I had previously stated I had a thing going that at the minute the door opened, I cast Entangle right in front of the door.
Okay. Any other reactions from the rest of you as this door opens?
I would like to stand up.
Avi's still telling a story.
Well, an orc steps out and is shocked to be suddenly entangled.
I mean, he has to make the save, technically.
What is the save? Sorry.
13, it's a strength save. He's probably gonna make it.
No, he is entangled. He's shocked to be entangled and gives a small cry of alarm.
I would like to, if I could, go ahead as soon as I see that, like, oh, this is an enemy. I'd love to cast an Eldritch Blast in that direction.
Please do.
He is now entangled, by the way, so that means that it is...
Wow.
He is restrained, so you have advantage on it, the attacks. Oh, not that you need it with an
Not that you need it.
Just throwing it out there.
Thank you, Gem Songs again, who donates a nat 20 to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys, with nat 20s all the way around, well, that blast hits. Please roll your 2d10 damage.
With 14.
You eviscerate the orc in one single blow.
And then I sit back down.
There are cries of alarm from the room beyond.
Yeah, that won't quiet, honey. Maybe you should be standing up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to stay here for a while. Let them come through it, and let's see them get stuck.
Okay, fine.
I mean,
And I stand back up and I step away from the door.
Melody flips to a page in her wizard book, and she casts dancing lights in the approximate shape of a glowing hobbit.
Okay.
She's gonna have the dancing lights kind of walk towards the doorway to kind of attract the attention of the orcs.
Uraka! Uraka! And they run towards you. Uraka! Uraka! They run out the door towards you all. The door's only wide enough to let 2 through at a time, and the first 2 come through, they'll get immediately entangled by this entanglement spell. So let's have them do some strength saves. Yes. So as one breaks through and the other gets entangled, blocking the door, let's roll some initiative.
Also, just for information, entangle also counts as difficult terrain, so it slows them down even if they succeed on the save.
No problem.
Avi's still telling his story.
Hey, much better.
So, Quinn goes first again, followed by Elowen, followed by the orcs.
No, I beat Quinn.
Yeah, Elowen goes first, I think.
Oh, yeah, so they do. Sorry.
It's all good.
Elowen, Quinn, orcs, Melody, orc leader.
A change of seasons, roll of years, and then Abby.
Yeah, icebergs go flying past.
We lose entire species.
Ones are found.
It's like a scene from the Time Machine. Okay, so Elowen.
Okay, so how many of them? So we just have the one that came through, right?
Yeah, so
far?
yeah, 2 came through. 1 is entangled. The other one is slowly making his way making her way through the difficult terrain towards you.
Okay, so the one that is currently entangled, I'm going to then again cast Magic Stone, which is also a bonus action, and sling at the entangled one for a 24.
That will hit.
And hit her in the head for 6 damage.
Yep, but takes the damage and still trying to wrench the legs free.
Alright then. Well, this will be a very interesting conversation. Let's go. My dear elven friend, I believe you can stab them now.
Quinn, it is your turn. And you have a nat 20 in your pocket.
Yes, I do. So I am going to go ahead and actually send an Eldritch Blast because I see that there's one entangled up in there, but I also know there's one free. I don't want to get too close, so I'm just going to go ahead and shoot off that Eldritch Blast.
This is at the one free, sorry, to be clear.
Yes.
Yep. That'd be another d20 plus 5. Get some more combat music going, shall we? Get in the mood.
I believe a 22 hits.
It does, most certainly. You can roll the second dice as well, though, just in case you get a crit. Oh no, hang on, this one's free. This one's free, sorry. Carry on. Ignore the DM, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So another 1d10. Another 1d10 damage. Oh, a 9! Solid hit on the free orc as they're making their way through. They're not downed, but they immediately look a lot worse for wear. Next...
And
Sorry?
I'll go ahead and just take a couple of steps back, maybe like 5-10 feet, draw my sword, and just, like, get ready.
So, the orcs makes its way through the difficult terrain and then heads towards the closest of you. Who is the closest to the door? Is it Avi still telling his story?
Yes.
It's still probably me, because I was sitting very close to that door.
Okay, well, she rushes you with her great axe. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Please take 10 slashing damage.
Okay. Good news, bad news. Good news? I'm on the ground. Bad news? I'm unconscious.
Well, that escalated quickly. The other orc tries to free itself. It does. It explodes free from the entanglement and rushes towards Avi. Another 2 orcs make their way through the entangled space. And I believe the DC was 13, so they both can make their way through slowly. I believe next it is Melody's turn, but she's currently AFK, so we'll have her go when she comes back. The chieftain shouts in Orcish at the back, and oh, that reminds me. And Noctia says she's spurring them on for another attack. Elowen, whilst you was away, Quinn got downed.
Okay, Quinn is down.
Yes.
Not down, but
Not
like...
down. I am unconscious in front of an orc.
Okay, well, but Avi goes before me, right?
After Melody, it is Avi. We'll have Melody's go when she returns.
Yep, that's fine. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Avi, it is your turn.
Oh, he finally is like, when did these guys show up? I thought we were okay.
No, we're stabbing. And can you do something
okay.
about a dear elven friend?
Yes, I will. He turns around, grabs the reliquary, the long thin one, does another word of radiance because that's the only thing that's worked for him tonight, which is con saves for everyone within 30 feet of the orcs, so all of them.
Including the unconscious and automatically failing con save Quinn?
No. Just no. It's just
Okay.
enemies I see.
Oh, okay.
So what's the DC?
One of them failed.
One fails.
Yes.
It is the last one through the door.
Okay. That'll take a D6. 4. And then he will cast Healing Word as a bonus action on our friend on the ground
Of course.
for 6 health.
You are rezzed with 5 health, Quinn. I'm gonna take one of them points for getting you up. So, Melody, we skipped over your go while you was AFK. It is
sorry about
your
that.
turn. No problem at all.
Okay. So, Melody is going to magic missile at the 3 nearest orcs.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Wait. That's, let me gather my dice. Here we go. That's a 5, a 4, and a 3.
So, the orc that was fire blasted falls to the ground. The one that struck Quinn. Sort of like when the blast hits her, she does a half spin in the air before hitting the ground. Sorry, that was a 4. What were the other 2?
And a 5, a 4, and a 3.
Okay, so the 5, yeah, that's the killing blow. And the 4 and the 3 hit the other 2 orcs who have rushed through easily.
Oh gosh, it looks like I'm getting better at this thing.
I do believe you are. I do believe you are. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
In that case, I will sling again with the whichever one is. Well, is the one still entangled still alive, or is he dead?
The one that was entangled, he burst free with
Okay.
a double nat 20.
Oh, that's sad.
And then 2 more came through the doorway. They both passed. It was DC 13, right, on the entangle?
Yep.
They both passed through, slowed by the difficult terrain, but they did not become entangled.
All right, well then, I'm not happy about that. I want to hit these poor individual souls and send them off this mortal coil. So whichever one is closest with a 12 will probably not hit.
That will bounce off, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that's most upsetting. But your mother still smells of elderberries.
Oh no, I forgot the part about insulting them.
Yeah, it's helpful.
I did as well. It's so hard to remember all the rules.
It really is.
But not necessarily rules so much as guidelines.
Suggestions.
Confusing.
So I'm going to go ahead, pop back up onto my feet, and I'm not currently engaged with anyone, am I?
No. The orc that was standing over you was slain. Her body is now strewn across the floor.
I am going to run 15 feet, because that's all I can do, backwards, away from all of this. And then I'm going to turn around and be... So that was a bit too close for my liking, and I'll go ahead and shoot out an Eldritch Blast.
Of course. The closest?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a hit.
Very nice.
I don't think a single one of your Eldritch Blasts haven't hit yet.
There was one. There was one.
Yes, I remember. Well, another 1d10. Ooh. On the closest orc, that doesn't slay her, but it does greatly wound her.
Well, that was most enlightening, as it were. Am I still lit up like a light bulb?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So now, before the orc's turn, Noctia takes a turn. She runs towards the orc that you just struck, Quinn, and gives it a cheeky stab. With the knife that you gave her, but I'm using a short sword because that's what I've got. She slays it. She just sort of stabs it and then just jumps back, looking kind of awkward.
Oh, and look who said they couldn't fight.
Yeah, I mean, you did very well with the stabbing part.
I'd say I'm about the same skill level as the party.
That bad, eh?
I'm not sure if I should feel insulted or what.
I'm including myself, of course. More so me than all of you.
The orc's turn. The 2 orcs in the room will attack. One will rush towards the glowing Eloin because she's glowing and attack. Does a 24 hit you, Eloin?
Yes, a 24 is going to hit me.
Could you...
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm unconscious. I'm also not instant dead, but that was right close.
The other orc will run towards Avi again, wondering why he's not going down. Does a 9 hit you, Avi?
No, he blocks it with his shield.
Melody after the orcs.
Yes. So, Melody is going to cast a firebolt at the nearest orc.
The one standing over Eloin, perhaps?
Yes, that one. And that's a 7.
7 unfortunately does not hit.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I thought I had the hang of that one.
I think you might need to use the insult next time.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that part too. Oh, adventuring is so hard.
It's a learning curve, it's okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Melody?
No, that's all.
So you can hear more commands from the chieftain behind, and 2 more orcs try to run through the entangled space.
Which
They,
isn't there anymore.
of course, concentration. They just run on through. So now there are 6 orcs in your space. Well, 4 again as 2 are downed. Avi, it'll be your turn.
Avi, not knowing what's going on with all these angry green people in front of him, he will, for his action, he will take the dodge action, and as his bonus action, he will say a word of healing for his friend and mentor, Elowen.
Of course.
And she gets 6 healing.
You rise of 5 HP, Elowen.
I will take that.
And he is hiding behind his shield because it's looking ugly.
I will take that. I do not like this. But my turn, right?
It is your turn, yes.
Alright. So Elwin's gonna get up, gonna look around, and gonna hide behind Avi and fling out.
Avi, you are now glowing like a silhouette. Yep.
Because I can do that. I can literally hide in his space. You gotta hit him first. And I'm gonna sling at the whichever one is well, how far away from me are they?
They're all pretty close. One is literally attacking Avi, so...
Oh, well, in that case, I might sling out with the scimitar.
An
But
8,
not gonna hit
unfortunately,
them with an
does
8.
not hit. Remember, you do all have nat 20s.
This is true.
So next it will be Quinn's turn. Unless you have any bonus actions, of course, Elowen.
My bonus action is I'm going to hide behind. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna duck behind.
Yeah, just stand behind his space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Quinn, your turn.
Guys, don't be angry at me. And I'm going to try to run through the door to the chiefess who's giving these commands, or at least I'm going to try to. I have a speed of 30.
You're gonna have to pass past several orcs.
And attacks of opportunity are a thing.
Oh boy. Okay, you know what you're doing here. So the 2 orcs, I'm gonna exclude the 2 orcs near Avi and Elowen as they are tied up. But the other 2 near the door, you'll need to pass them. 18?
That hits.
19?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 more in the other room. 21 and a 17.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see how this goes because they're not going to keep on attacking you if you fall. 11. Okay, yep. So as you run up to the first one, it just knocks you straight down.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that.
I'm envisioning this much like a lemming, just like running towards a hill. Like, what were you hoping for there, Quinn? What was your plan?
Just to get out of this horrible funnel. And also maybe to get to the chiefess and kill her. And maybe they'd all accept me as their leader and I'd become in charge of everyone or something. I don't know.
So bold ideas, but unfortunately snagged at the first hitch. So after Quinn, it is Noctia's turn. Noctia runs over to the orc stabbing Avi, and she once again, just to give it a little bit of a stabby there, a polite stabbing.
I mean, as long as she's polite about it.
She stabs it right in the neck, and the creature just sort of and falls to the ground.
And I promptly duck behind Avi, so all of the arterial spray gets on him. And her.
I've never done this before.
You look good at it. It's just aim the blood away from me next time, please. I'm already sticky.
After Noctia, there are currently 3 orcs in this room. The one standing close to Elowen moves over towards Avi, as Elowen is hiding behind, and she will swing at Avi.
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Oh,
It's a 7.
that does not hit.
The second orc rushes forward. Melody, where are you in all of this? Are you just standing to the side somewhere, or the back, or?
Sort of to this, like, yeah, no, Melody's definitely, like, stuck right in the middle of the room. She was still a little, shocked from that whole incident with her mentor and didn't think to get out of the way before all the fighting started.
You are probably promptly awoken by an attack that comes your way but doesn't strike as an axe blade swings past your ear. I'd take it a 9 doesn't hit you.
Nope.
Yeah, so, I don't know if that would help snap Melody back into things, but...
Yeah. Yeah, that, Melody kind of jumps as the axe swings, and you can tell she's much more focused on the battle than she was previously.
Avi, how about an 18?
Oh, 18 does hit Avi. I don't think Avi's up anymore.
That's only a 15.
Oh, that was close to killing Avi outright. Avi's down.
Okay.
So you have an old man fall on top of you, Eloin. He's unconscious.
No, I can get out of his way. I'm moving out of my way. Okay. How many orcs are in this room right now?
I'm glad you asked. There's 2 more walk through the door.
Okay. So that's 6.
Yes. It is 5, sorry, and it is currently Melody's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna, this time Melody's gonna use that crit to, firebolt the, orc that's nearest to her.
Please roll me some double damage.
Yes, I will. Ooh, okay. 16 total.
How do you eviscerate this orc?
The firebolt just goes straight through his abdomen, leaving like a smoking hole in the middle of his stomach.
Now, see, that's how you do that. That's right. That's right. Beautiful. Right. That what it was.
Yes, I'm finally learning.
Alright. Well then, I do not like all of these people. I think they are a problem. So what I'm gonna do here is,
We are currently out of order, Eloin, as you are at the top of the round, and we still have the Chieftain and Avi to go.
True.
Is that
That's
okay?
what I'm just saying. No, I was just talking.
Okay, cool.
I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, it's the way you were saying what I'm gonna do. I was like,
No.
is this in
like-
character?
No, this is entirely a character. She's trying to figure out what she's gonna do.
So the Chieftain shouts more orders from the back. Avi, can you make me a death saving throw, please?
1 failure.
So now, if I'm right, if any orcs attack you, that means,
Dead.
Okay. Just
Question about that natural 20.
You
Is
can
that just for our attack rolls?
can use it on anything, including death saving throws. It will count for 2 saves.
Good to know.
Good to know. So now we go back to the top of the round. Eloin!
Alright. So she has figured out. She looked around and was like, I do not like this. I do not like this. What am I gonna do? I got it. I got an idea. It's gonna go poorly, but we got an idea. So, how far away from me is the chieftainess, and can I see her?
She's probably about 20 feet away into the next room. You can see her, but there's about 4 orcs between you and her.
Yeah, it's a ranged attack. I'm gonna sling the magic stone at her for 23 to hit.
I believe that will hit. Yes, that hits.
And it's for 7 damage, and at the same time I'm gonna say, yo, Avi, y'all better get up right now. This is not the time to be unwell. And I'm going to cast Healing Word at first level, because that's all I can do. And give him, what is it? 7 points of healing.
You
I do not like
rise
being a bigger target.
with 6 hit points, Avi.
Is it over?
No. Hit
Oh.
them.
All of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Quinn, it is your turn.
Yeah, sweet. Death save. Woo. That is a success.
That is a success. You have 1 success and no failures. After Quinn is Noctia. Noctia runs towards one of the orcs attacking Avi, one of the ones looking wounded from a previous blow, and she gives a shocked stab this time. Maybe getting a little more confident, but no, this one doesn't hit. Next to the orcs, one orc turns to hit Noctia. A 12 does not hit her. The other 3 orcs, I believe, one will attack Melody again for a 22.
Oh, that definitely hits Melody.
It does 11 slashing damage.
Oh, Melody is down.
The other 2 attack Avi.
This will go well.
A 12
That misses.
and a 10.
Misses as well. Oh my lord.
Melody, it's your turn. Can you please make me a death saving throw?
Oh, shame I wasted that 20. Oh, 13.
You succeed. You have 1 success.
Right.
Eloin, this is going to be made at disadvantage.
Okay.
Does a 7 hit you?
No.
As Grog Marianjaw, the chiefess of the orcs, throws one of her mighty javelins your way, it clatters off the wall behind you.
You can't hit me! Y'all got crappy aim! Y'all can't see nothing!
And as the seasons change into winter, it is Avi's turn.
He's gonna look over at Eloy. Should we stay? We should run, shouldn't we? This isn't going well.
Yeah, but you want to get Quinn first?
I'd have to. That might be difficult. I only have one thing I can do left, and I have to touch her for that one.
So hit that one. You gotta hit that one.
Hit that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Melody and Quinn are both down currently.
Yes.
Yeah.
And no spell slots. I will use my nat 20 to swing my quarterstaff and hit the closest one to me.
Yep, please roll double damage.
All right, so that's 2d6 plus 1. 11 damage.
How do you take this orc out?
Avi stands up and he's like kind of arguing a little bit with Elo, and he's just like, well, fine. And he just jabs it forward and just kind of catches the orc underneath the chin and just like cracks its neck, and it falls down limp.
See? Now do that again.
I don't know if I can. That hurt.
You or the orc? Because we want to hurt the orcs.
Me? My shoulder's not meant to move that direction, I don't think.
Yeah, let's go. We gotta save these 2
Yes, ma'am.
intelligent people.
That's all I got.
Alright. How many orcs are left?
Now there are 3 and a leader.
3 and the leader. Well, I'm gonna throw another rock at the leader and try and piss her off, because that's a bright idea at the moment. But that 9 ain't gonna get there.
No, I'm afraid not. That 9 just sails past her, and she, in return, is hefting another javelin. Lockdown!
I can't hear what you're saying! You're too far away! You gotta come out here! Are you scared?
So, after Eloin, it is Quinn. Unless you have any more bonus actions, Eloin.
As a bonus action, she's just gonna duck behind.
Oh dear, are we all out of healing words? So
I'm a druid. I get 2 spells.
Quinn, it is your turn. Please make me another death saving throw.
That would be a failure.
You have 1 success and 1 fail. Noctia rushes forward, stabbing another orc. All the orcs are fully healthy now, so she's just giving a good old-fashioned stabby stab. That does not hit, unfortunately. One of the orcs follows her and swings at her again, this time hitting her, and
No.
not felling her, but hitting her pretty hard. She's shocked. As a reaction, she attacks back. Not only does she attack back, she hits them for an additional... As she is within range of Avi, an additional 14 damage, and takes out this orc. Though she is greatly wounded.
Well, do that again.
Well done.
The 2 orcs on Avi continue to wail on Avi. 12.
No.
10.
No. He weathers the storm.
Melody. Please make me another death saving throw.
Yes. Oh, that's a 5.
Oh, that's a 1 success and 1 fail, I believe.
Yep.
Elowin duck.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm gonna do that.
Again at disadvantage, that does not hit. Avi, it is now your turn. There are now just 2 orcs in this room and 1 leader in the other room. The leader's starting to look a little panicked. She starts walking forwards, in fact, towards you.
Okay. Avi, if feeling that the staff thing worked so well this last time, he's going to try it again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to... This is going to be bad. Oh, God.
Oh, nat 20! Please give me that damage. 10 damage. Do you know what? That's a solid hit. You can non-lethally knock this orc out. The other orcs are dead. This one is unconscious.
Okay. Nice.
Elowin, back to the top of the round.
That
Okay.
really does work well. Thank you for suggesting it. I
Yeah,
should've
yeah.
done
Keep
it
saying
earlier.
that. She's gonna go. She's gonna go ahead and turn around and to the other one in front of Avi and say, "Y'all smell. Y'all need to do something about that." And she's gonna use the scimitar to try and hit that one, but the 9 is not gonna hit.
Thank you, Gemson, who donates to give you all another nat 20. There's divine intervention going on right now.
Oh,
We're going to need it.
We appreciate it.
thank you. I really like
greatly
not
appreciated.
dying.
We're gonna stab an orc in a minute.
Teehee.
Not now, but and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Magic Stone again.
Okay, indeed you can.
So actually, yes. Oh, actually, I can literally do that. I can cast Magic Stone again as a bonus action, and try and hit the orc queen in the back. Why couldn't I have done that with the one in front of me?
Well, this one will hit.
For 9 damage.
It like pings off her breastplate.
That's how you hit a person. Next time I'll put it up your nose, make you look prettier.
Excuse me. After Elowin, it is Quinn's turn.
I am gonna use one of those lovely donated nat 20s and use that as my death save.
You can spring up with 1 HP.
Hello. I don't know if I get my turn after that or not.
No, it'd be an
That
action
is
to
my
wait.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You have movement though.
going to run the farthest away I can get from anything that's trying to kill me, and also perhaps the open door.
Okay, so you run back towards the exit.
30 feet.
30 feet
Mile.
towards the exit. You can run all the way around the corner. So, like there, sort of thing. Next in the turn order is Noctia. Noctia sneaks up behind that orc, attacking you both, and she stabs it in the back, but she doesn't do very well. Next, it is Melody's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use that nat 20 for my death saving throw.
You
'Cause I would
too
like to not die.
can spring up with 1 HP.
Hooray!
Would you like to move?
Oh, yeah. Melody's gonna look around and then she's gonna grab her spellbook and also take off towards the door.
You follow Quinn.
Yeah.
So so at this point, Grogma is realizing that trying to hit the person at the back isn't working so well. So she just she strides forward, and you know what? She just hits the first person in her path, who happens to be Noctia.
She went there.
Noctia rolls out of the way. Avi, it's your turn.
Avi is going to use his nat 20 again because he's getting the hang of the staff thing. So he's going to hit this last orc that's still standing. There's still one in front of me, right?
Yeah, there's still one in front of you.
Okay. He's going to use that, and he's going to well, I thought of one. Do you like this one? And he looks at the orc and goes, yeah, your god lacks fundamental academic integrity. And then he hits him.
I don't think they worry about academics that much right here, honey.
Oh, but that would have really made me upset.
True. But do they understand the academics?
Maybe not.
Just say they lack integrity. It's the same thing.
10 damage on the crit.
With another 10, you can again knock this one unconscious. It's not dead, it's merely unconscious. You deftly clip it around the ear roll.
This is fun. Are we done yet?
Nope. We're about to be in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to do something crazy. Y'all better watch this. Actually, hold this. Y'all better watch this.
Puts his staff up on his shoulder, grab. Oh, okay.
Then she hands you like a small bottle. Don't spill that. I'm going to come back for that. And she's going to run up to the Orc Queen and using her nat 20 slasher in the pelvis area, I'm assuming, we're giving height difference with the scimitar.
Okay. Yes, please do roll double damage on that for me.
So that's 2d6, I believe?
2d6 plus your dex or strength, depending on... Oh, yep.
Dex.
Depending on your build.
That's 7 damage. Great.
So on a 7 damage, I guess from our last stream, she's been doing her kegels. As this pelvic thrust doesn't do as much damage as you might expect.
Hey, you know. But see, that's how you hit someone.
However, the orc does look bloodied from all this assault that's gone on so far. Now, after Elowin, unless you have any more bonus actions.
No, because I ran up into melee.
So after this, it will be Quinn's turn. Quinn is currently hot-footing it away.
Yeah, so I'd like to turn around. Can I see all of this combat going on? Specifically the chieftain or chiefess?
If you poke your head around the corner, yes.
I would love to pop my head around the corner, look you seem to be the problem, the source of all of this. And I'm going to go ahead and use my other nat 20 to shoot off an Eldritch Blast.
Please roll that double d10 for damage. Ooh, 13. The blast hits her. There's like an eruption of flames, and smoke rises as she still stands there resolute, looking angry.
I'm going to go ahead and pop back around the corner.
Noctia throws the knife you gave to her at the chiefess, and runs towards you both. That hits though very well, and yeah, it sinks into, like, it finds a gap in her armor by the shoulder and just sinks in there. She's looking very worse for wear. Melody, it is your turn.
Alright, Melody is gonna, she did make it out the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so she's going to position herself outside the doorway so that she can see the combat inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna let off a firebolt at the whichever one's most attacking Abby.
Only the chieftainess is left, I think.
Okay, is that so? Okay, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna try to hit. And that's 13.
A 13 does not hit, I'm afraid. It clashes onto a chainmail.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so... Sorry, I've lost my combat order. We've got Melody, Melody, then the Chiefess. So the Chiefess is going to stride again. Well, Elowin's coming to melee range, so she simply takes her axe and swings at Elowin. That's who she's wanted to hit this whole time. I've lost her. There she is. Does a 21 hit you?
That hits.
For 12 slashing damage.
Elowin's down.
Ah! Noctia has run out towards Melody and Quinn. Avi, it is your turn.
Avi sees his instructor go down, and so he moves up beside where she's at with his shield protecting, and reaches down and uses his healing hands. And it's not a lot, but you get one.
I'll take that. I'll take that
He reaches
one.
down, his hand glows like strangely, not like spells, and he puts it on her shoulder, and she gets 1 point of health.
I'll take that. Are you gonna take that for me to get up, Scrat?
Yeah, you can do that. You can stand.
No, I'm saying is like because you've been taking the one to get up for other death falls. I'm just.
Yeah, that can be your one to stand, so you can have your 1 hit point.
All right, thank you.
You okay?
I'm about to be better in a minute.
That was
you didn't
a
spill
nasty
that, right?
hit.
You didn't spill that, right?
No. Oh, you want it
Good.
back now?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yes, ma'am.
It's gonna be messy. And I'm going to use my other nat 20 to slash her again.
I'm going to get drenched in blood again.
Yes, you
Probably.
may.
Probably.
So your nat 20, you slash again, right? So that'll be another double damage, yeah? So you do 10 points of damage, and how does this look? How do you slay this creature?
I mean, she's very small, and I'm assuming the orc chieftainess is a lot taller than she is, so she's just gonna go with what she's got and swing upward and go as high up as she can. Up the torso. And then turn to the right, because you gotta make sure she ain't coming back.
Yeah, you do exactly that. Blood sprays following your sword blade, and
Get the shield up! Get the shield up!
and the orc chieftain goes down.
That hurt. A lot.
All of that hurt.
You are out of combat.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna sit down for a second.
Quinn? Melody?
Now I'll have that.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you. To your health.
As Avi takes a sip from the flask, Avi, does a 16 beat your armor class?
Yes, it does actually.
What would happen if you took 4 points of damage?
I would still be standing.
You stand as you feel the puncture wound of a blade hit your side, as Noctia stands behind you both, her blade dripping with blood.
Never trust an elf.
Why?
Because they're lying, cheating bastards. Including the one that just stabbed you in the back.
Well, I was actually towards her, but I'll take your answer as well.
Thank you for clearing out the cave. Now all the gold is mine.
Honey, I really don't think you want it. And, because I'm quite sure it might be cursed and or soul-sucking.
Please roll some initiative as she attacks.
I figured.
You'll notice a distinct silence coming from the hallway where Quinn and Melody were hiding. Avi, you get to go first.
Amazing.
Quinn and Melody, you can both make me one death saving throw before we enter initiative.
Ooh.
I thought I was alive again.
Sorry. What happened in the DMs between you was when I was asking you what would happen if you got hit by a 19 and if a 6 hit you, that was Noctia stabbing you both in the back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I see. Fair. Makes sense.
Sneak attacks, you know.
I figured.
So Quinn, you have a success.
Yes.
And Melody, 17. No, that's your initiative roll, right?
Yeah, so I guess 15 then.
15. So
I added my initiative bonus.
you both have your successes. Avi and whoever has the highest dex out of Avi and Melody gets to go first. Melody, as you get to make another death saving throw, you can just roll that, and Avi, you can describe your turn.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a -1 dexterity.
Still got the highest roll.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Melody, if you give us the result of your death saving throw first.
I think I beat Quinn. Oh wait. I'm like, there are things. Sorry, never mind.
I'm at a 10 even for initiative.
Sorry. So Avi, I meant to be saying Avi is going first, but Melody, if we could get Melody's saving throw, because Melody got a 17 initiative, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then my saving throw actually just turned out to be a 17 also.
Awesome. So you have 2 successes. And now Avi, your turn.
He's going to try and bop her on the head because it's worked so well tonight already. 13?
A 13 does not hit her.
Okay. Oh, it worked so well earlier.
She sort of like deftly ducks out of the way, and Eloin, it is your turn, I believe. Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna hit her with a magic stone and sling at her. The 14's probably not gonna hit her either.
14 does hit her.
Aw. Honey, you don't stab a man in the back who just saved you from burning on a spit. You probably weren't that tasty anyways. You don't look that good.
She sort of uncannily dodges as your blade strikes her side. It does hit her, but she does not go down.
I figured.
Next, I believe, is Quinn's saving throw.
Oh, and I move behind Avi.
That is a failure.
That is a failure. You have 1 success and 1 fail. Noctia attacks Avi again. 17.
That hits.
Please take 7 piercing damage.
He is down.
She stabs again, and this time go down. We can do this the easy way. Just put your weapons down and let me be done with it.
Honey, I ain't done anything the easy way in years. And I'm quite sure you ain't done anything other than easy in years either.
She frowns at that. That was Scrap chuckling. She frowns. So back to the top of the round. Melody. Potentially your last saving throw. You are muted.
Okay.
On a 16, you can rise back up with 1 HP. Those tech issues, I'm sure we'll figure them out.
Yeah,
But... Oh, there you go. You're back.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure how I got muted. Nothing looked like it was muted. I don't know what I did.
I don't know. We'll move swiftly on. On a 16, you still have some... You are up. You have movement. Nice death saves.
Excellent. Yes. Do I have action also, or just movement?
You just have movement, but I'll let you move stealthily if you want to.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up quietly and approach the doorway.
Please roll me a stealth roll.
Okay. 15.
15's pretty good. 15's pretty good. Avi, can you make me your first death saving throw, please? Well, not your
Of
first,
course.
but your first this time round.
12.
It's a success! Hey! Elowen!
Honey. Never, ever, ever get between me and my payday. No, and that ain't gonna hit.
Ooh, the 12 does not hit. Quinn, please make me a saving throw.
14.
That is a success. 2 successes, 1 fail. Elowen.
Yeah, no. Y'all couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Back to the top of the round. Melody, sneaking around.
Hey. Melody's standing in the doorway. Elf doesn't see her, so she's just gonna fire off a firebolt and hope that it hits.
Does she have advantage from firing from hiding?
I would say so. She has no idea that you're there.
Thank goodness, because that was a really bad roll. Oh, that was not better. That's an 8.
Oh, unfortunately an 8 does not hit. The firebolt whizzes over her shoulder and she's suddenly aware of you.
Well, sorry?
Don't apologize!
As a reaction, she's going to throw the knife in her hand at you. Does a 24 hit you, Melody?
Oh, it very much does, and Melody is back down.
But she doesn't have a knife now.
Avi, please make me a saving throw. 2 successes. Elowen, your turn.
Alright. Like I said, don't get between me and what I want. And that's still not gonna hit her.
You know, she ducks out of the way again. How much health does Elowen have right now? Noctia makes an unarmed attack.
Okay.
7.
And misses! I'm down here!
Quinn, please make me a saving throw. This could be the last one.
It's not though. It's a failure.
You're on 2 failures and 2 successes.
2 and 2.
Top of the round. Melody, please make me a saving throw.
Hey. 14.
You have 1 success. Avi, please make me a saving throw. You're on 2 successes, right? And 1 fail?
That's 3. No, it was just 2 successes, and that's my third.
You can come around groggily at 1 HP. You have movement but cannot attack this round.
I believe I'm crumpled right between the 2 fighters at this point, so I'm just gonna kind of like lay there, like, oh shit, it's still going on.
Elwyn, your turn.
You know what? I have to wonder. Was it your mama who messed around with that orc, or was it your daddy? It sounded good.
I think you're taking
Please
too
make
much
me
time.
a dex save.
A dex save?
You need to beat a 12.
I need to beat a 12. Okay, let's see how this goes. Nope, I don't. I'm gonna die.
You fumble, she wrenches the scimitar from your grasp.
Alright, well, I'm okay with that. I'm still here.
Okay, so it's exactly the same as the short sword. Perfect. So she now has the short sword back in her hand. Quinn, if you could make me a save. It is your turn first. The turn
The
order
last one.
feels important. Oh! Quinn expires. Quinn breathes her last breath as she bleeds out on the floor with her dagger blade wound bleeding onto the marble tiles. A 21 strikes Elowin.
Yes, I'm down. I'm not fully dead, though.
Avi, are you hiding the fact that you are awake?
I don't think it would cross Avi's mind at this point, and he just saw his mentor, his fighting mentor, fall down. So he's gonna do something.
Awesome. So
Just-
in that case, we'll go for another round. So Melody, please make me a saving throw.
14.
That is a success. Avi, your turn.
He's gonna grab his reliquary and do his word of radiance again. So that's a con save.
She fails the con save. And she cannot uncannily dodge that, but also a 21 isn't enough to take her out. 21 or 2?
A 2.
Quinn has expired. Elowin, could you make me a death save?
Yep. I can do that. With a 9.
That is a
Fail
fail.
1.
An 8 does not hit you, Avi.
Does not.
Melody. Could this one be the one where you get up?
I think one more.
That one's a 6. No, I am not getting up.
No, you're not getting up. So that's 2 successes and a fail.
Yep.
Avi, your turn.
Avi's gonna swing his stick, try and knock her out again.
Oh! Critical hit. Please roll me that damage. 4. Okay, well, she seems to sort of like uncannily dodge as you hit her for that 4 damage, and it doesn't do all that much. But she's looking bloodied. Badly bloodied. You've sort of caught her nose, and her nose is sort of askew now. And she's like, the gold will be mine! The gold will be mine! Does a 12 hit you?
No, it does not.
Elwin, please give me that saving throw. Two fails. Melody. I can't hear you again. I think it might just be because your microphone's maybe moved away. I don't think you're muted because you were quiet earlier.
16.
That's better, I can hear you. So, yes, you can rise again, you goddamn necromancer over there with the cursed dice. So you can rise again.
Yes. If only I could roll that well when I'm trying to hit things. Might help me not die as much.
Avi, it is your turn.
Still booping we're booping the snoot. So, and that's a miss.
An 8 does not hit. Eloin, can you please make me your saving throw?
Yep, I can do that. Let's
This
see
could
how
be
this
the
goes.
this could be the exhale, right? No, you are still up. 2 fails and a success. So she attacks for a 10 on Avi. She's, well, why won't you die? As her blade consistently clatters off your armor and shield. And we go back around to Melody.
All right. So Melody once again is going to attempt attempt a firebolt.
Uh-huh.
So that's gonna be 22.
Whoa, that's a hit.
Ha! Finally, yes. And that is going to do 5 damage.
That 5 damage makes her take a knee. Avi, it is your turn. This could be the finishing blow.
Abby sees her take a knee. It's like, if you just drop the sword, we can come to an agreement here. Just drop the sword and back away.
Would you like to ready an action in case she does not?
I will hit her on the head if she doesn't.
Because her response to that will be to stab you.
Okay, then I will try and hit her on the head and miss.
22.
That does hit. And his 1 health point is down to 0.
She staggers up, looking towards Melody. How many times do I have to kill you?
All of them!
Eloin, can I have your saving throw, please?
Yep, let's see how this goes.
Do it.
2 for 2. 2 for 2. Wow. Melody, your turn.
Okay. Melody's gonna try yet one more firebolt. Maybe this will be the one. Oh, God! I said 1 and I rolled a 1.
The firebolt goes wide. She rushes towards you as Avi gives us a saving throw. And Eloin gives us a saving throw.
I'm up.
Eloin stands. God damn you guys. As she again stabs into like Melody. Would you die?
Yeah, I guess Melody complies and.
So Melody, did you get a saving throw?
Okay. And my saving throw is a 3 this time.
That's a fail. Good. Avi, how many saving throws have you had? This is your first one?
Oh, this is my second one. This death.
So that's 2 successes.
2 successes.
Eloin, your turn. She doesn't
You know
know you're
what?
up yet. She doesn't know you're up yet.
Okay, can I see her?
Yeah, you've just seen her rush towards Melody and stab her repeatedly.
Okay, do I have advantage on this roll?
Why not?
17?
17 hits.
Gonna magic stone her in the back of the head for 6 damage.
Hits her in the back of the head. She flies forward, smashing her head against the wall, and crumbles to the floor.
Stay down, bitch.
Blood pools around her.
Alright, I'm going to look around. Can I... Avi, you're at 2-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Can I then, using my herbalism kit that I am proficient in, medicine check, or staunch the bleeding on Avi?
Yes, certainly. Give me a medicine check.
And then I can add the proficiency for, herbalism, right?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So +3, or +2 is 9.
Avi, this is no help. Please make me a saving throw.
That's 2 failures.
2 failures, 2 for
made it
2.
worse.
You made it much, much worse somehow. Much worse. Is that a poisonous kit you used? Like.
No, that was an herbalism kit, and y'all ain't human. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna go check on Melody.
Give me
And
an-
as I walk by, I'm gonna grab my sword and just stab the dead body. It's my sword. Y'all can't have this. Stab. As I walk by.
Melody. Okay, so are you gonna do a medicine check on Melody?
I'm gonna check on her. I'm not necessarily gonna medicine check her because that ain't working too well.
What kind of check are you gonna do?
You know what? I'll medicine check her. She's got one success, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
No, she's got 1 fail.
Let's see how this works.
A 17!
+2.
This is helpful. Melody, please make me a death saving throw with advantage.
all right. Oh, thank goodness I had advantage. That is a 15.
You have a success. Avi, please make me another saving throw. This is the penultimate saving throw, correct?
He dies.
Oh, Avi also
no.
exhales on the floor.
Wait. Oh, is it 2 and 2 then?
Nat 1
No,
counts for
no.
2.
Oh yeah, not one. Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, Nat 1 counts for 2.
Alright.
So,
Well, I'm gonna look around. I've got 1 stabilizing.
do you want to make a last saving throw for us, Melody? Do you want to help again, Elowen?
I mean, I think I've done all I can because if I try to do it again, we know I'm gonna kill her, right?
All right, let's another saving throw then. That's a 10.
That's a success. A 10 is a success.
Okay.
All right.
2 successes and a fail.
2 successes and a fail. So last one, hopefully.
7. Oh no.
Oh, 2 for 2. Elowen, are you sure you don't want to help as her
I will.
condition
I
seems to
will
waver
help.
in and
I will
out?
help. I will help one more time. For a 22.
A 22. Last death save. 2 for 2
Go for it.
with advantage.
All right. Oh god, that's a 7.
With advantage?
Yeah, the other one was a 1.
Melody also expires. Elowen, you are the only remaining survivor from this party.
Well, I'm real sorry about this, y'all, but y'all don't need this anymore, and I gotta feed my cousin.
Question: does anyone actually like know where I am? My body.
No! No one's found
chilling.
you. So the 2 orcs, they wake up. I'm joking.
No, I will. I'm gonna go around and stab everybody as I walk around.
There's the 2 unconscious orcs that Avi knocked out. You can stab those.
I'm gonna stab them. I'm gonna stab the elf girl who pissed me off.
I tell you what, we're gonna go round. We're gonna do our wrap up. Whilst we're doing that, Elowen, why don't you think of a nice little epilogue for us of what Elowen does, having all of her party have been killed? So we'll go round. Usually I go reverse order, but this time we'll go round in the same order to give Elowen, to give Deirdre some time to think of an epilogue. So we'll start with Skyra. Skyra, how was today for you?
Today was pretty fun. I wasn't totally expecting to be in the game, so I was a little unprepared, but I think it went pretty well despite that. Had a good time. It's actually the first time I've died in a game before, so that's cool.
Really? Well, thank you. I'm glad to take that. Like, I think it's important to be able to kill players. I think if death wasn't an option, it would take something. It would cheapen this, you know? Right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, tell us about who you are and all the wonderful things you do. I'm going to do your shout-outs.
Yes, that's right. I'm Skyra. You can find me at Skyra Moss on Twitter. Thursday nights, I'm going to be doing Ballad of the Garbage People on Phantom Roll Booth. And then Sundays, I do Isle of Lycia on Monty Cook Games. That'll be starting up on the 30th. Yeah, that's about... I like to make stuff. Made a super cool dice tray. Ooh, yeah. And that's me.
I don't know how to spell Phantom Roll Booth. I've tried to do it before and I can never do it. If you just type !SO, like as in the things for shout out, and then put Phantom Roll Booth, we can give them a shout out as well. So next we have at Deception Check. Frank, how was that for you? I loved your character.
Great. I made it to the end and died gloriously on the ground with the help of my friends. It was wonderful. And this actually was the first character I've lost in a game as well. I've always been really lucky. This is my this is my first one. So
I tried.
I mean, Abby lived a long and happy life, and he kept the history of the armor going out for the first time and the person dying immediately. So it's a beautiful thing. Very happy. I'm at Deception Check. I play on Tuesday nights in Laugh Love Lindy's game. We're about to start a new campaign, Mists of Ravenloft. It's kind of a homebrew build-up in Ravenloft, and it's going to be fun. I'll be playing a pirate, and today's Talk Like a Pirate Day, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
I've tuned into that before. I've seen you playing over on Lindy's channel. That's
I just got done playing Balefell, the Eladrin Blade Singer. That was a lot of fun. We just finished that campaign up a couple weeks ago, and we'll be starting up Mr. Ravenloft in 2-3 weeks. We're waiting on art right now, so lots of fun. And this was great. This was so much fun.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, next around the table, we have another new person to the stream. Welcome, Dan, or at DM Lynch. How was that for you?
Oh, that was great. I really enjoyed it. It was super fun. Didn't expect to die in the dark by myself, but as is life, it is unexpected.
I did have like a moment of guilt when I was like just going around I whispered both of them. Does this number hit your armor class? They're like, yeah, it does. Would a 5 or a 6 down you? Yes, it would. Okay, shh.
It was great. It was wonderful. I was like, this is cool. The dice just were not with me because I probably used them all up earlier. But yeah, no, really great. I am a human person, totally 100%. I'm currently working on a project with Mort's Magical Wares. That'll be coming out soonish, so keep an eye out for that. But I am also on the internet at DM Lynch on all platforms. And I also LARP. I have a LARP channel on YouTube, the internet. And just catch me tweeting raps apparently. So
awesome. Please do give us a link to your YouTube and that. I don't even know the name of that store. Maud Minimum. Please, I'd love to check that out. Please pop a link in the chat for us. That'd be great. So last but most certainly not least, Deirdre. What happens to Elowin at the end of our tale?
Elowin's gonna make sure she stops and cuts off all those ears, because that's what she was here for in the first place. Very, very kindly is going to remove the important things from her friends. Well, her acquaintances. They weren't really friends yet. Acquaintances. And,
would she
give them...
Sorry, would she investigate the rest of the tomb or the other rooms?
She might do a quick glance round to see if there's anything local area, but she knows herself. She knows that she's not here to do everything, and she's not in the best of health herself. So she's gonna take what she can visibly see and cut and run, because as she said, she's got sisters and cousins that she needs to feed, because her cousin Elry done bummed off.
In just the rooms that are unlocked, you can find around 150 gold pieces worth of jewelry.
She's gonna take that carefully and arrange so that she doesn't end up, cursing herself, because she's seen people do that before. And then she's gonna go back to the inn, restaurant, tavern owned by the individual who helped lead her cousins from her and her sisters out of the street gang that they were in, and arrange for some quiet apprenticeships with older adventurers and the like.
And may live to see us on another show.
Yep.
And what about yourself, Deirdre? Where can we find you online? We know you're... Hang on. Let me. It's Prax... Hang on. I need to see it. Praxagoraphesmophoria. I'm proud
I'm going to let you in on a secret, Scrat.
Huh?
In Greek, it sounds exactly the way it's spelled. It's why ancient Greek is wonderful. If the letters don't make new sounds, it's this letter sounds exactly like that. It's not like English that's horrible.
Yeah.
And destroys us. But yes, you can find me. I am at Deirdre Donlan on Twitter, and where I talk about classics and D&D a lot. And you can also find me hanging out in the Twitch chat on various streams at Praxagora Thesmiophoria, trying to encourage everybody around here. And I might have something, and be back here next week, just hanging out with Scrat, and I might have something else to tell you by next week.
Ooh, you tease with the info. I think that's everyone. That just leaves me. Hang on a minute, let me just get Deirdre's info in there. So these are my social links, guys. If you enjoy the stream, make sure to check them all out. If you want to get in on a game like this yourselves, this is one of the games you can participate in. Just send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you in a game. I think we're booked up to like halfway through October or end of October or something like that. Discord, it's a wonderful, inclusive, family feel community where you guys can come and be welcome, and we all talk D&D or other things or whatever you want. It's just a really nice place. People help each other out. It's lovely. And YouTube, I am rapidly catching up on all the YouTube videos that I need to upload. I am currently up, I think, to the 10th of August, and I found a really easy way to do it, so I am storming through them. I also have a Patreon, as we are now a full-time service. So if you enjoy the service and would like to support that, you can do so through Patreon. Now, the goal on screen that you can see at the moment is only the donations through PayPal being counted. But what I'll do at the end of the month is I'll add up all of the Patreon, I'll add up all of the Twitch payments. I'll add them up as they come in, actually, and I'll add that on in the Discord channel. So if you want to see how much we've done against our goals, you can see that in our Discord channel. We also have merchandise. I don't know where I'm typing, but that's not the chat box. We also have merchandise where you can find things like t-shirts and this little book, which I planned today's one-shot in. Also, we are running a competition for some dice. Sorry, as I try and remember all the things that I'm doing. They are lovely rainbow dice. I think we've got another... I don't think that's ended yet. I think we've got another couple of days. I'll double check that actually and see when that competition ends, because we might be going on to the next competition by now. I'm sure Gleam would have emailed me if it was finished. I babble. We don't do the tweet because the tweet's all done. So today we are going to take a quick sneaky peeky at who is live at the moment. And I can see that we have our good friend Laura Lania live currently. Doing some D&D. Is it actually Laura or is it a rerun? No, it is genuinely Laura playing D&D. So we will go and we're going to go and give her a raid.
Yep.
You might have heard us playing WoW together. Tia is a wonderful support for me offline and online. She's a wonderful person. Unfortunately, we don't get to play together very often. But when we do, we have a lot of fun. So thank you very much all for coming along. We now run shows Monday to Thursday, 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM EST. Also Friday, 1 PM EST on the Greyhawk channel, and 8 PM EST every other week as we share a game with Off the Table. Keep on evoking emotions, everyone. We'll see you in an hour. Bye!